In this video, I will be talking about what changed in the most recent update that nerfed the rewards from completing the drill site event. For those of you who are returning players and don't know what the drill site is, let me explain it. It is a new location that was added recently. It requires 5 fuel cans and 5 car repair kits to operate. Once you give it the required materials, it would start a warm-up period before operation. After operating for a while, it will stop drilling and the rewards will drop around the drill itself. It has since been nerfed, but what really changed? The pre-nerf rewards included an experience crate, a credits crate, high-quality metal, wood, stone, normal metal, and raiding materials, which included C4 and tank missiles. From what I could tell, the only nerf was to the raiding material drops, going from C4 and tank missiles to just gunpowder. Now I'll talk about the changes that the drill site brought on itself instead of the nerf to the rewards and the effects the drill site has on the game as a whole. The drill site being added is a indirect nerf and buff to miniguns. Currently, there's only 2 uses for miniguns in the game, besides people who want to meme around and try to get PvP kills with it. Those 2 uses are to break down into high quality metal or to attack barricades and wooden structures with it. Since you get a lot of high quality metal from the drill site, there's no point in breaking down miniguns now. So more of them will be floating around, but while that buffs it, it is a slight nerf since one of its uses is no longer important. This is also a slight nerf, but mostly a buff to Spec Ops armor. As you no longer need to trash sets for high quality metal, there'll be more of it out there. You'll see more heavily armored players that will be harder to kill. But along with it losing one of its main uses of being broken down into high quality metal, overall this is a buff to the armor. Bases are going to be much larger and much better armored than they used to be, with all the extra material from the drill site now. This is overall a great thing if you build bases on the permanent servers, which you should do once you hit level 10. With the old drill site, it was a huge buff to C4, with it being much more common and much more available to use for raiding. While still an overall buff, switching it from pure C4 to just gunpowder drops still lets C4 be more common, but it's no longer out there in large quantities, especially after the next wipe. With the drill site being added, it was a giant buff to drum magazines. Before, I only ever used drum mags to break down into gunpowder. But now, since I can get gunpowder from the drill site, I'm going to be using my drum mags a lot more for PvP and roaming around. With the nerf of the drill site rewards to no longer drop missiles, the tank saw its worst nerf it possibly could. It's no longer worth using the tank. To craft a tank missile, you need 2 C4. The only purpose of tank missiles is to shoot at structures or to shoot at players. Its structure damage is 800, equal to a C4 charge. Its damage to players is only 90, equal to a headshot from an op. It requires 2 C4 to craft a tank shell, which goes from 1600 damage to structures to only 800 with 1 tank shell. With larger, more durable bases, raiding saw an overall nerf and is no longer as viable as it used to be. But you should see more PvP coming from this. A little bit of trivia about the drill. You should be careful getting close to the drill while in operation because it will deal damage around the drill. With the new change, you will see double crates from time to time. Whether this is a bug or intentional, I do not know. I have seen double XP crates and double credit crates. High quality metal drops can vary between 2 and I've seen as high as 5. With wood drops, you average about 2,000, which for most players should be an entire stack of wood. Stone can vary anywhere between 50% of a stack to 75% of a stack. And metal drops I have seen average between 25% of a stack to 50% of a stack. Overall, I think this nerf to the drill sight was necessary, while I hate to see the C4 go away. It was dropping far too much C4, it was too easy to operate for the large amount of raiding materials you could acquire. However, I do think the tank needs a buff at this point.